Alright everybody, Shocks it's Dean, back once again for the Renegade Master, back once again for a new video. Yeah, I hope you can see me alright. I went to record this video earlier, but because I haven't recorded a video in absolutely ages, I realised that none of my batteries are charged for my camera. So, yeah, that was great. So yeah, I put it off and then it occurred to me I could just use my phone. So yeah, I'm using my phone. I haven't got the correct lighting and everything, so I'm hoping that I look alright. Probably look better on this than I do on my normal camera, no doubt. Yeah, so anyway, if you can read, this is my response to that 90s tag that's been going around. That's right, I have been tagged by SuperQuintendo, Craig, Quinny, the Quinkster, whatever you want to call him. SuperQuintendo, we'll call him that because that's his channel name. So yeah, he tagged me. So yeah, I'll be tagging a couple of people at the end of the video, you know. Keep it old school. It is open tag though as well, so if you just want to jump on board, if you don't get a tag, don't worry about it. Just jump on, do a video. But yeah, I will tag a couple of people. So yeah, it's 90s. It's 7 questions. I can't remember where it originated from. Like I say, this has been doing the rounds for a few weeks now. Yeah, lots of people have done this, so you've probably already seen a lot of these responses. But if I can find out where it originated from, I'll put a link to their channel as well in the description. So yeah, anyway, here we go. 7 questions from the 90s. So the first question is your favourite cartoon, which I do believe it used this on the older videos that I watched. The responses, I think it was what do you own on DVD as well. Well, I don't own any of my favourite cartoons on DVD or like that at the minute, so that would have been out anyway. But yeah, my favourite cartoon just in general, yeah, a lot of my favourite cartoons was from the 80s, the later end of the 80s. So you got, you know, like your Thundercats, your Transformers. I was absolutely insane over Transformers. I had the bed sheets, the wallpaper, the curtains and everything for Transformers. Loved it. So what else? Yeah, like your Brave Stars and your Jason the Wheeled Warriors and stuff like that. I mean, they're all 80s though, aren't they? So He-Man and stuff like that, all 80s. So then I thought, what was I watching in the 90s? Like the early 90s and mid 90s, and I was going to go with Turtles. Because, again, I was Turtles mad. I had all the VHS tapes, you know, like Attack of the Killer Pizzas, was it? And how it all began, and what was the other one? Rise of the Technodrome or something like that. Yeah, but I had all them. I was Turtles mad, as was many kids. But yeah, 87, that started again. So I didn't realise it was that old. I honestly thought it was 90s. So yeah, if we're doing from the 90s, then I'm going to have to echo Craig's answer of Batman the Animated Series. And that box set that he shows in his video as well. That Blu-ray box set with the whole set. That's amazing. I need to get that. But yeah, it's one of those that sells out fast by the looks of it. Because I did look on Argos and Amazon and they both sold out. So yeah. But it looks a cracking box set. So yeah, the Batman animated 90s one that ran from, I think it was from 1992 to 95 or something like that. Yeah, that cartoon just hit me. I think I was just at the right age to watch that. And the good thing about that cartoon is it didn't treat you like you was a kid, because it had a lot of dark tones to it, a lot of adult themes and stuff like that. And it had the Danny Elfman doing the soundtrack, weren't it, as well? He did the theme tune. Yeah, because it was like, was it like a remixed version of the 1989 Batman theme or something like that? But yeah, I know. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to go for the Batman animated series on that, because it was a cracking cartoon, that was. Question number 2. Sega or Nintendo? Now, these days, this is quite a hard question, because I love both Nintendo and Sega now. But if we're answering this, because it's a 90s tag, I've got to answer it as my 90s self, really, haven't I? and that would be Nintendo all day, every day. Don't get me wrong, had a lot of experience with the Mega Drive and stuff like that, and Master System for that instance, but never owned one. I was a Nintendo kid, so yeah, Super Nintendo all the way for me. Yeah, in the playground wars and stuff like that, it was all Nintendo, 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 which is kind of strange now because, you know, if you ask me now as an adult, I probably would go the other way with Sega because, like, Sega, I don't think there's a Sega console that I don't like. Whereas Nintendo, since the Super Nintendo, there's quite a few consoles that they've done that I don't really give a shit about. So it would probably be opposite now, but from a 90's perspective, Nintendo all the way. Oh yeah, this I've just realised this angle is a bit weird, isn't it? It's like up. Like I say, it's on my phone. I haven't got like a, what do you call it, a tripod or to put it on some kind of like jerry rigged one out of DVD cases. Anyway, you didn't need to know that. Question number 3: fave video game. What, like, ever from the 90's? That's too hard. So it's too hard. There's so many great games. So many great games. So I've just whittled it down to 2. Couldn't even get it down to 1. But the way I've whittled it down is ones that I still go back to play on quite a lot now as an adult, and ones that I hammered to death as a kid as well. So yeah, the 2 games that I've narrowed it down to would be either Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins on Game Boy. Amazing game. Love this game. Well, it is my favourite Game Boy game ever. So it's between that or Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. Again, we used to blast the shit out of this. And like I say, if I ever go back to play another game now, I just want a quick blast on something, then these 2 games are always the 2 games that I will normally gravitate to first. And yeah, so yeah, we used to blast this all the time. Do you know, like battle mode and stuff like that? Yeah, great stuff. Like winner stays on battle mode and stuff like that. Amazing stuff. So yeah, those 2 games. 4, favourite comic. This one's really hard. Like, if you'd have done magazines, that would have been quite easy. Do you know what I mean? Because there's like a lot of magazines that I've read and bought regular during the 90's. But comics, do you know what I mean? Echoing a lot of my fellow Brits and stuff like that with the Dandy and the Beano and stuff like that, because we used to get like the annuals and stuff like that at Christmas, and yeah. But yeah, so I really had to rack my brains for comics, and like the only other ones I could think of, you know, just to be different, just not to say the Dandy or the Beano, I tried to think of something different, and the only other ones I could think of was Sonic the comic. I never used to buy that, but it was one that I always used to read. A mate of mine, it was a couple of years younger than me, he always used to buy it, so I always used to read it whenever like I was at his house, or sometimes I was with him when he bought it from the store, so I'd read it because it was there, do you know what I mean? So Sonic the comic, I would say I read quite a few issues of that. And then the other one that I think of as well, that I used to buy, that I dabbled with as I got older, so probably towards the later 90's, was, do you know, like the 2000 AD comics, Judge Dredd and stuff like that? Is it Rogue Trooper and stuff like that? Yeah, used to love them as well, because I was getting into like, do you know, like the graphic novels and stuff like that? I used to buy like, do you know, that the crossover ones like Alien versus Predator and the Aliens versus Terminator ones and stuff like that. I used to love them, like graphic novels, and like the Dark Knight, Frank Miller ones and stuff like that. So yeah, I love the 2000 AD stuff, a bit of Judge Dredd and stuff like that. So there we go. I'm going to go with those 2. Right then. Question number 5. Favourite wrestler. Absolutely loved wrestling as a kid. Yeah, don't have nothing to do with it nowadays, but absolutely loved it as a kid. I had loads of the figures, the wrestling ring, everything like that. Always used to, like, as I got older, a bit older, I used to stay up. Like, me and my friends used to have sleepovers, and we used to stay up till the early hours of the morning, because the pay-per-views used to be free, didn't they? You know, like SummerSlam, Royal Rumble and stuff, WrestleMania and stuff like that. They all used to be free. and then obviously they became pay-per-view, and that's probably when I stopped watching it really. But yeah, when there was free, we used to stay up till like stupid hours in the morning, or do you know what I mean? When I was younger, my mum and dad would like stick a tape in and tape it overnight, and then I would watch it when I got back from school on VHS and stuff like that. Brilliant stuff, yeah. Yeah, and I even went to Sheffield Arena to see, I think it was UK Rampage '94. That's how much into wrestling I was. So it was like that WWF. Do you know when it like changed when they bought out WCW? That's another one. I used to watch W. Can you remember WCW as well? That used to be shown on, was it ITV on a Sunday as well in the UK as well. I used to love that, you know, with Big Van Vader and Sting and everybody like that in it, and Hollywood Hogan and stuff like that with the NWO and stuff. Yeah, I used to love that as well. But then they got bought out, didn't they? So WWF like bought out WCW and ECW, and then it changed to WWE, didn't it? And that's kind of like, I was out at that point. I was just out at that point. So yeah, some great wrestlers, you know, like Mr. Perfect, Ultimate Warrior, British Bulldog, do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Bret the Hitman Hart. So yeah, but my favourite wrestler of all time, and yeah, I was really bummed out when I went to UK '94 as well, because he was billed to be there, but he never showed up. Yeah, and that is The Undertaker. So my favourite wrestler of all time is The Undertaker. That guy's gimmick was just amazing. You know, the dead man from Death Valley and stuff like that, and his special move, the tombstone and stuff like that. That guy could put on a show. He had some of the best entrances and matches. You know, like where they used to do the coffin matches and stuff like that, where you had to defeat your opponent by rolling them into the coffin and then nailing the lid on and stuff like that. Great performances and stuff like that. And that move that used to just blow your mind as a kid, where he would like do an arm twist, climb the turnbuckle, and then he would like walk across the top rope, then jump off and smash down on the arm. Amazing stuff. Nobody else was doing that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Back in those days, it was just an amazing thing. And then, yeah, and that's another reason why I think I was kind of like, because like later on, he turned into the American Badass, didn't he? And he used to like come down, he like cut his hair, and he come down on like a Harley Davidson and stuff like that. Was that like the early 2000s? Yeah, I was out at that point. Do you know what I mean? That's not the Undertaker to me. I mean, I think now he's gone back to being the dead man, hasn't he, again? But yeah, the Undertaker, amazing wrestler. I used to have the videotape as well of him. I can remember Undertaker's Gravest Matches or something like that it was called on video. I used to love that guy. I used to think he was brilliant. So the Undertaker. Question number 6. Favourite song and music video. So song, that's too hard. There's so many great songs from the 90s. So many. So I'm not going to go the song route. I'm going to go the music video route instead. So yeah, but again, a lot of good videos in the 90s and stuff like that. Was it Rollercore? In his response, he like mentioned Hype Williams and stuff like that. Man, that guy made some crazy good videos in the 90s. But yeah, so the two that I thought of like immediately was, and bear with me, so the first one was Backstreet Boys, Backstreet's Back. So yeah, doesn't matter what you think about that actual song, the music video is really well done. I mean, I'm like into horror and the classic monsters and stuff like that, and that video is basically them turning up at a haunted house, and then they turn into like the classic monsters. So like the Wolfman, the Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and what is it, the Mummy and stuff like that. So yeah, really good video, and it's really well choreographed and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a contender. But the one I'm going to go with, the one that blows my mind, and still blows my mind when I see it now, because I think it still holds up. Still a brilliant music video now, and yeah, it's Michael Jackson's with his collaboration with his sister Janet Jackson, and I think it might have been the first time they ever collaborated on a song. But yeah, in the 90s, like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, they was at like the peak. They was at their peak Man, do you know what I mean? Like late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, I think this video might have come out around about mid 90s, 95 or something like that. And that video is Scream. Do you know the one where it's like futuristic and they're on a spaceship and it's got like the yeah, it's like filmed in like black and white, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a really good music video, and of course, again, you've got like so you've got this the superstars that were Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. You've got this really cool, futuristic, stylized music video with them just doing crazy kind of like future things that things that we've got now, like things we've actually got. No longer we are living in the future now, but yeah, brilliant music video, and they're doing like again choreography when the music breaks and they start dancing and stuff like that. Honestly, if you've never checked it out, I'll leave a link. Yeah, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Scream, great music video that is. So the seventh and final question is favorite live action TV show. Again, lots of TV shows that I used to watch, you know, like all the Nickelodeon stuff. So Sabrina Teenage Witch, Keenan and Kel and stuff like that. Yeah, Saved by the Bell and Hang Time and stuff on TCC. Quinn, SuperQuintendo, Craig mentioned Sweet Valley High with the twins and stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like California Dreams and stuff like that, man. I used to watch all that stuff. Another good answer that I've heard in one of these responses as well was, is it Gonaldinho? I can never say that channel name, so I probably butchered it, but Gonaldinho, or whatever his channel name is, he said he was like, Gladiators was his pick. Yeah, I used to watch Saturday Night Gladiators. Ooga! I used to love that. But one that I'm going to go for, one of my favourite TV shows, so much so that I actually have it here. I actually have them on DVD. And yeah, so technically I am cheating a bit because the first series of this did come out in 1989. But yeah, the other 6 series was like in the 90s, and I wouldn't have been watching it in the 80s. I would have started watching it in the 90s. So for me, this counts, okay? But technically it was 89 it started, but yeah. And that is Tales from the Crypt. So yeah, I've got the full run there, all 7 seasons. I'll show you the first because they're not open yet. I've not watched them, got around to watching them yet. But yeah, the first 2 seasons. So yeah, Tales from the Crypt. I love these. These are like they're just like little horror kind of. It's like anthologies. So if you've ever watched Creep Show or something like that, this was like a TV series, kind of like in the same vein as Creep Show. And yeah, at the start, like all the stories have got this guy, the Crypt Keeper, and he gives you like a little introduction, and he always tells like a really cheesy joke and stuff like that. But it's great. The like the puppetry on this guy, on the Crypt Keeper, was really good. So yeah, if you've not watched Tales from the Crypt, and the thing about Tales from the Crypt as well, it's got some like really good directors on it. So what? Yeah, like Richard Donner, Joel Silver, Walter Hill, Robert Zemeckis, and stuff like that. And it's also got like cameos from a lot of like really big movie stars and stuff like that. Now, so you've got like Leah Thompson, Demi Moore, Patricia Arquette, and stuff like that. Bobcat Goldthwait and stuff like that in it. Whoopi Goldberg's even in one of the episodes and stuff like that. Yeah, one of the main episodes that I remember the most as well was the one that I think Arnold Schwarzenegger directed it, and he actually makes a cameo with the Crypt Keeper at the end, trying to make him work out at the end of it and stuff like that. Yeah, great stuff. So I'm picking Tales from the Crypt. And that's it. So that's 7 questions, 7 90s questions. I don't know how long this has gone on for. Oh, about 20 minutes. So yeah, that'll do. Well, it will do because we've run out of questions. But yeah, anyway, so just enough time to get my tags in. So the 2 people I'm going to tag are Adam, Into Ghost. Your tags. Trying to think of somebody else who hasn't already done this tag. I was going to tag Gashead Steve, but Craig tagged in along with me. So yeah, so Adam Interghost and somebody who I don't think has done Sega Zombie. I'm going to tag Sega Zombie Scott. You're up as well. So Interghost, Sega Zombie. I'm tagging you for the 90s tag. Yeah. And until the next video, hopefully I'll have better lighting, better camera angle and stuff like that for the next video. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.